we're designed to adapt. We're humans, but we adapt to things. I made the decision not to go back to field umpiring because there's a lot of running involved, but I went back to being a goal umpire, and it was all hand-eye coordination, so they helped with my hand-eye coordination with waving the flags. And tennis, that was a challenge because of my balance. I was affected on the right side, so it was trying to adapt to being left-handed. I would just say to my teammates, if you see me stop running, it means that I'm having to give it to you. You try and get the ball. And they've adapted to that too, so there's a lot of adaptation on my side and their side as well. So you adapt yourself to your daily life-to-life things as well as your sports.
Obviously running to me was a big passion, so the way I see it is a gross motor skill comes through gross motor skill, gross motor movement. So if you want to be able to jump and to run, you actually have to do those things. And I just pushed myself to the point where I'm going to try running, no matter how awkward it is. I'm going to try to run. And that I'll never forget that first day of running. It was 6 kilometers and it took like an hour and a half. But it was slow, it was persistent, but I felt really good afterward. And actually my walking increased. So I found that through running came the ability to walk. And for strength, upper body movement was simply doing things like lifting light weights, mimic with a little dumbbell, something that would represent a hammer, and just move it back and forth.
Before my stroke, we used to walk down the beach every morning before breakfast. So my main goal was to be able to walk down the beach. So we bought a beach wheelchair, and now we go the beach wheelchair down the track, and then I walk along the sand about 250 metres on the hard sand, and then on our way back I walk again, and that gives us a challenge of different slope, and each day it's different.
As much as I remember Mum, I don't think she ever did any physical exercises. Her physical exercises are more kind of cleaning the house, and she's still obsessed about cleaning the house. She still cleans the house. That's one thing that she can do, and she does. Mind you, she's walking on a treadmill now.
Yeah, she's got a treadmill at home.
We have a treadmill at home, and we're all walking on that treadmill very slowly. And first I was a bit kind of philosophical about it, but then when I mentioned to her GP that that's what she does, she actually said that it's really good for her brain as well.
I learn a lot about myself and how much I appreciate what I do as an athlete and as a person. As soon as I was allowed to exercise, I can tell you that I threw myself into training. I never knew how much value I placed on exercise. You are your own worst enemy, and the things that you can do to change your lifestyle to lead a healthier life, you'll have longevity. You'll put yourself in a position where anything's possible, whether it be starting exercise or going to an Olympic Games or going for that job promotion. The things that you do in your life to do with your health, the better choices you make, the less likely you are to run into trouble. And if you do, you'll be better prepared and you'll probably come out better on the other side.
I was down on 96 games for my local club for Pennant Hills, and when I first recovered from the stroke, I couldn't stand up. Like, my balance was so bad I couldn't stand in one spot. So I just put a line through my footy career thinking it's going to be a struggle getting back to walking. But I did a lot of the rehab work and got back to walking and running, and I went back and made a comeback. That was 8 years after the stroke, and played 4 more games, got my 100th, and couldn't be happier about it.
Yes, I belonged to a gym, and I was quite active in the gym and building up all the rest of it. And I have been told by people that if I hadn't have been doing what I was doing in the gym, I would not have survived.
I've been fit most of my adult life. I've been doing triathlons for 30 years. In fact, I did a triathlon 2 weeks before my stroke. I've never given up triathlons. I've never given up running. I have done 9 triathlons since my stroke. I might have had a stroke, but I'm still fit.